Scentland, the land of scent. Hello and welcome everybody. Chris back with another top of the whatever list, top of 15 top autumn fragrances, right? So it's 1st of October, the autumn has arrived, the smell of autumn is in the air, so I was thinking like what kind of fragrances did I use in the past during this time of the year, and so some of those represented here in this top 15 are with me for over 20 years. Some are quite recent, but I will use them fairly often in order to be able to give you an insight and an opinion on them. So let's start. Top 15 autumn fragrances. Again, it's my choice, right? I'm not claiming that these are the best ever. This is my top 15 according to my taste, right? So let's start with a great release from 2002, Nina Ricci, Memoir d'Homme. Memoir d'Homme, which is the memories of a man, right, or of the man, and it's a very warm, spicy fragrance with some very nice licorice and tea. Licorice can be a little bit overpowering, so I only use it in autumn time actually, but it's very embracing, very calming. Very sexy as well, sort of this raincoat type of smell. I love this release from Nina Ricci, a rare fragrance by now, but totally deserves to be in the top 15. Memoir d'Homme. I think it was the work of Christine Nagel, if I'm not mistaken. So, very nice stuff there. Another similar fragrance from the house of Giorgio Beverly Hills. The year was 1991, if I'm not mistaken. Red. This is a much more amber fragrance, a spicy, bright, fresh yet dark also fragrance that is, again, it's very cozy, very warm, great. It's like its color, or the falling autumn leaves. It's really like this. The dry down can be a bit sour, at least it's a bit sour on me, but I still love this fragrance for what it is. It's like a warm, sunshiny day in autumn. Red from Giorgio Beverly Hills. Next one, Prada Amber Pour Homme Intense, and I predict that this fragrance is going to be one of the most sought after designer fragrances in about 5-6 years time from now, because it's going to vanish. So if you stock up from this, you're going to do good business with them, selling them 5 or 6 years from now. It's a great, spicy, very mysterious, very dark, very classy yet modern fragrance, extremely sexy. To me, apart from the floral aspects, there's a great patchouli in here that makes it just so dirty, and yet at the same time it's very modern, and the performance is astonishing. So Prada Amber Intense, Prada Amber Pour Homme Intense, right? It's a fantastic fragrance. I really love this juice. Very good for autumn. Next one, French house, Mauboussin. Look at the bottle. Great fragrance. This fragrance has a very nice bubblegum type of main theme going on, and wrapped in by a very nice incensey, smoky smell. I call this the rainy day smell. If I spray it, if it's raining outside and I put this on, I totally, I can endure and fight and be happy in any type of rain. Somehow this is a fragrance for a rainy day. So I use it on a rainy day, almost like every time when it's outside raining. I reach for this Mauboussin. It's called M Generation. Sorry, I didn't mention Mauboussin M Generation. It's quite rare actually. It's an eau de parfum, but it's fantastic for the rainy day in the autumn time. 2008 is the year when Wolfgang Joop came out with this self-named fragrance. Wolfgang Joop is the name, and this is another cozy, warm fragrance with a great cinnamon in there, and some powderiness and some mossiness as well that make it a grown-up scent. It's very much, I think, for the 35 and above crowd. It's very, as I said, it's warm, comforting, very self-assured, very optimistic, almost smiling. This fragrance, it's like a It's like really a scarf. I really love this in autumn and autumn only. I use Wolfgang Joop in the autumn time when the day is right. So definitely had to be there in my top 15. And then totally different is this release from Escada from 2002. I think it was the year 2002. And this is a very nice boozy, limey, spicy, mysterious, exotic fragrance. Definitely a compliment getter, very good performance, very much under the radar, not very well known. It's like a dark red cocktail. It has this great fresh lime and loads of stuff being mixed up inside this juice in order to create you this exotic, always refreshing, long-lasting fragrance. Great, refreshing type of autumn scent. You know, sometimes in the autumn time it's very dark outside, so you don't always want to have a heavy, you know, classy scent during autumn. You need to lift up your autumn days sometimes, and this is a perfect juice for that, with its lime and its exotic vibe. Francesco Smart, ladies and gentlemen. This is a heavy hitter from Italy, from the 80s. It could be like any other one, you know, the heavy Italian fragrances, you know, for the hairy-chested, you know, not me, people. But it has this vibe. Okay, it's a typical 80s fragrance, but it has a great smokiness. It has such a delicious smokiness that is present throughout the entire fragrance, and this is why I need to have this. It's like burning leaves somehow. It's like the autumn burning leaves come into my mind, and the color of the juice and everything, perfect for autumn. Going to your Italian down the street, perfect. Oh, Francesco Smart. Next one, another heavy hitter from the 80s. Santos from Cartier. This is the concentrate version, right? This is even more intense, more dense, more aggressive than the original Santos. This is so much, so spicy and so long-lasting. It's like classical music. So this is like, if you go to the opera, or if you just want to enjoy a day of class, Santos, Eau de Concentré Santos from Cartier is just the perfect one. Don't overspray because you can kill people with this juice. Amazing stuff. Another great one, Bellamy from Hermes. It's the perfect leathers, one of the best leathers fragrances for me. It's a great fragrance, and it's like, for me, it's London in autumn time, like Sherlock Holmes. That's the type of feeling when Sherlock gets a new case and goes out to the English countryside, you know, in this horse carriage. That's a smell. Bellamy, Hermes, it's just love. It's just this leather and this woodiness is just fantastic. 1986 was the year. Next one, an extremely very, a very nice fragrance from Cacharel. Look at this bottle. It's amazing. And the smell is amazing as well. It's a spicy cardamom fragrance in a very futuristic bottle, and an incredible longevity. It's like a dirty sidewalk type of smell, if you know what I mean. This dirty sidewalk smell. In autumn, you have all these things that, you know, are on the sidewalk with a bit of rain. Maybe you walk past a restaurant and some cardamom comes out. Like it's very much a city smell to me. But it's at the same time very natural. Nemo is the name, if I haven't mentioned by now. Nemo. Nemo, I love this juice, and you know, sometimes I'm afraid to take this on a flight because it's a foolish looking bottle, but they mistake it for a weapon or something. In these weird times, you never know. One of the best autumn type fragrances I've come across is the Knizia line, and this is my favorite one. Knizia 10 Golden Edition. I think it was released for the 75th birthday of Knizia, I think around the year 2000. And the Knizia 10 is obviously a fantastic evergreen and classy fragrance. This does even a better job. It's more customer friendly, a bit more smoky, still as heavy, flowery, leathery masterpiece. Knizia 10 Golden Edition, just one of the best fragrances for autumn time, and strictly probably autumn time, and maybe winter as well. Me, it reminds me of Austrian city of Salzburg, where I wore this intensively. Love this juice, and you can put it in your pocket, but you don't need to, because you don't need to reapply. This performance is amazing on this one. Another great one for autumn, La Rive, Poland. Okay, this is a clone of a long discontinued Adidas fragrance called Active Bodies, released in 1990. It's still around, it's being made by Coty, but it's not the same fragrance anymore. This, however, captured the essence of the original Active Bodies by Adidas from 1990. The smell is autumn pure. It's warm, it's mossy, it's energetic, it's a bit citrusy, bergamot maybe, ambery. It's just perfection. This smells like autumn. This smells like the entire season. Love this one, and La Rive has done a great job with Athletic Man, keeping the spirit of Adidas Active Bodies from 1990 still alive. Another fantastic one, again, Germany. Russisch Leder, Russian leather, from the house, the old traditional German house of Farina. This fragrance smells of two things, leather and incense. And at the same time, it does so with while being incredibly fresh. This is one of my daughter's favorite fragrances. She's 6.5 years old, okay? And she said yesterday, actually, she loves this fragrance. The incense, the leather, and the fresh, uplifting, extremely positive vibe that you get, the mood that you get with this fragrance is just astonishing. The performance is fantastic. For autumn time, I can barely imagine a better fragrance than Russisch Leder from Farina. Love this juice. That was spot number 3. Spot number 2. Look at this skyscraper here, Montana Parfum D'Homme from 1989. Amazing, right? This is a very spicy, flowery, tobacco-ish fragrance, similar to Havana by Hermes, but better. It doesn't take itself as seriously as Havana. This is even more refined than Havana, and I stopped mentioning Havana because Parfum D'Homme from Montana is the real deal for me, in my opinion. If you want to have this tobacco, flowery, extremely manly barbershop type of autumn smell, even lasting into the winter, and the performance is just astonishing. So barbershop, tobacco, flowery aspects with this one. Second to none, ladies and gentlemen. And my ever top favorite fragrance for autumn is, and has to be always and every time, every winter, and every autumn, and winter as well, actually. Karl der Große, der Kaiser, Karl der König, Lagerfeld, Photo, released in 1990. Aldehydes, lavender, mandarin, leather, moss. I love this juice. I love it. I use it since autumn of 1991, countless times. This is the new version. The new version has been discontinued ever since then. It had different letters on in front and all that. Bottle is the same, designed by Karl Lagerfeld. Actually, smell is very much, smell and performance is very much like the original, maybe a little bit diluted, but not that much. It's not a tragedy at all. I love this juice as much as I did the original vintage version of this one. It's so warm, it's so fresh, it's so classy that I haven't come across anything that is as good in autumn as this juice. Photo by Karl der König Lagerfeld from the year of 1990. The perfect juice for autumn time for me. An extremely sexy and a compliment getter. I got by far the most compliments for this fragrance. So that was my top 15 for autumn 2017. I might change it the next year because I got to know more fragrances. But there you go, honey. And but still, I hope you enjoyed it. They're all here. None of them is missing. I love them juices, and I love you for watching and being interested in what I have to say. I'll be back with more. It was a tremendous pleasure, and that was my top 15 designer fragrances for autumn time in 2017.